Okay, so this is the Nokia XR20, right? Now, all of us have used Nokia phone once somewhere in my life. I have used it a lot, and you can see it's a really nice phone, very well packed. I'm unboxing it for the first time now. What else is there? Okay, this is a manual, a book. There's also a SIM card remover here. You can see it's here. You need to remove it. And there is this charging cable and the adapter, right? So this charging cable is USB-C. I already have a lot of USB-C, and all modern Android smartphones, they come with USB-C. So it's nice to have this adapter now. So you can see it's very nice, well packed. It also has a button for Google Assistant, right? On the back it has a square camera, and you can see there are two cameras in here on the back, and there is one camera in the front, which I am going to show you next. Okay, so you can see this, I turned it on, and it's basically Android 1. And if you don't know, but Android 1 is basically a version of Android which basically is like almost pure Android. So it will continue to get updates for a long time, and security, right? As shown on the box, 4 years of security upgrades and 3 years of Android updates, which is really great when you come to with these smartphones, right? Now you can see as soon as I turned it on, it says United States, welcome. Connect to mobile network. If you have SIM card, insert them now. I'm going to skip it for now. Connect to Wi-Fi. I'm going to enter my Wi-Fi connection here. The keyboard is nice and easy to use. You know, I did not, when I was typing this on the first time, as you can see, it's a new phone. I did not make a mistake, so it was very comfortable to use. You can see the screen is really, really nice, and it almost like feels like slightly raised edge here, right? Which is nice in terms of protection, right? Now it's obviously starting asking me to update the phone, so I'm going to do that first. Okay, so now after I did that, it asked me if I wanted to copy my old apps from my old phone. I said no, and now it's the login screen. I'm going to log in here. Okay, so after I set it up, it asked me to, after logged in, it asked me if I wanted to set up fingerprint sensor. I said yes, it's very convenient. On my previous Android phone, I have fingerprint sensor. So you see this power button here, that itself is the fingerprint sensor, right? So now it's asking me to touch the fingerprint using my, my normal finger that I use. So I usually hold my phone like this, so I'm going to use my thumb, right? And the power button itself is a fingerprint sensor. Just try to move a little bit ahead, a little bit behind and everything, right? For a single fingerprint, right? It now asks me if I want to add another fingerprint. The answer is yes, right? I also use this finger sometimes. So this is the power button. Now it's asking me to do face unlock, right? So I do want to do face unlock as well. It's convenient. So and it's done. It just asked me to look at my face, and that's all it did. Yes, I also want to set up Google Assistant. This is the button that you press for Google Assistant. I agree. I have already set up Google Assistant before on my other phone, so it just uses my recording from those. Yes, I also want to set up Google Pay. I use it every time. It's very convenient. Put all your credit cards in Google Pay, and then you can just use whichever one you want depending on your rewards, any place, right? Do I want to change wallpaper, font size, review additional apps? No. And now it will get the phone ready, right? So you can see how smooth it was, the whole process. Now these are basically notifications from Nokia itself. and I don't have any problems with them. And okay, it's a good company, so I'm not really worried about them, you know, abusing the power and sending me too much, you know, spam. And you can see the phone is ready. You can see how small the camera is. It's like it does not occupy too much space. So it's like you get full screen, right? Like full screen to use. And you can see from the top here, you can see this is basically like you can just use this one to bring this up, right? And you can see all the default apps are here. Everything is set up. There's some information about your phone. The nice thing about a lot of Nokia phones, they also have FM radio. I do use FM radio. Also sometimes when I go back to India, you know, it's really nice to have FM radio because there are FM stations that are like really great. So all the default apps, right? You can see no other unnecessary apps, right? FM is built inside the phone, so you do need an app for that. They've also provided that, right? So you also have Google Assistant. Now let me show you the Google Assistant. You can see what is the time in India?
The time in India is 9:43 a.m.
You can see it's like immediately obvious. It recognizes my voice because I set up the voice match before. So everything works, and you can see you can just dismiss it if you want to. You have all the apps, Google Photos obviously, a lot of different options, right? You can see just by doing this thing, all you are doing is you can bring this up. For a new phone, it might take a second or two to get used to it, but eventually you will get used to it. You can search your apps, and you know you can obviously go to your Play Store and find all the things that you want, right? All your apps, anything, any Android app that you want. Now it's trying to update. As soon as I open this thing, it's now trying to update all the apps because you know Google is always sending updates to a lot of their apps, right? But the nice thing is, now let's look at the storage, right? So let's go to settings and let's look at the storage. This is something nice, really nice about Android One, right? Storage. Okay, so you see 13% used, right? So out of 128 GB, only 16.9. So by default in the 128 GB phone, you have like 17 GB used, which is really nice. Because if you think about it, right, a lot of Android phones that you get, they're like now 64 GB. And with bloatware and a lot of other apps like Verizon app, AT&T app, whatever, T-Mobile app, all the space or like, you know, Facebook app installed by default, you might not want it. You might want to keep the system, right? So you can see system app in general takes 16.09, which is really nice, right? You can see photos and videos, music, everything is almost zero here. There might be some ringtones and stuff, which is why they have, and then there are some other apps, 0.70. But all in all, just 16.9 GB used, which is really great. Okay, so some of the nice features about this phone are the following, right? This is like a rugged smartphone. You can actually feel it, and you can see there's like a lip around here, so it does not get any damage, right? Also the camera itself, there is like a ring around it. So it's like slightly, the camera lens is below and the ring is kind of, you know, slightly edged over on the top, which makes it like, you know, a lot of protection if it drops. Okay, it's also like an emergency button here. So you can long press it or short press it, and it will make calls. Another great feature is like for a great price, you get a 5G phone. So this phone actually has 5G in it. It also has wireless charging capability. Also, another nice thing that they have provided from some rugged perspective is that like since it's rugged, you don't really need a case, right? But a lot of times you might need tether when you want to, you know, hold it in some place. So they have provided this hole where you can put the wire to tether it. So you know when you're taking photos or something anywhere, you can keep it tethered so it does not fall. It has IPS display, 6.67 inches. Okay, so the two rear cameras here, one is a wide angle 48 megapixel with f1.8 aperture camera, and another one is 13 MP ultra wide f2.4 aperture camera, right? So they say like a 120 degrees, it's like almost 120 degrees, right? It is also 68 water protection, and the battery is 4670 milliamps. The PC marked for Android work 3.0 battery life. Test ran for 17 hours and 9 minutes. And the nice thing is that you have wireless charging, right? So you can use wireless charging if you want to, right? Which is very convenient. So let's say you're in the office, just keep the phone on the wireless charger and it will charge it for you, right? And with the nice cable, you can also charge with the cable if you want to ever. No bloatware, and you will get updates. So you're not worried about security, and this will last you for a long time. And with Nokia quality in terms of how rugged and nice their phones are, and the fact that they are made extra rugged, it's actually really nice. Also, they are providing free 1-year screen replacement. So imagine if you were to break your screen in the first year of your purchase of your phone or activation of your phone, you can get screen replacement for free for the first year, which is super great, right? So overall, really great camera for a great price, and I definitely recommend it for everybody, right? With Nokia, you get a quality phone. With Android One, you get like no bloatware, pure Android experience, and you will continue to get updates and security updates for a long time. Okay, thank you.